Now on CoastTV News.
A Rehoboth Beach arrest. What role police say juveniles played in this arrest? President Biden's role at the DNC. What the president will say on night one of the convention.
And I'm tracking showers and a rumble of through the overnight, continued threat of dangerous rip currents and a threat for severe storms into our Sunday. The latest timing and impacts next.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Good evening, I'm Brandon Ferguson and welcome to CoastTV News at 11. Tonight, we begin with an early morning arrest in Rehoboth Beach. This happened around 2 a.m. Three women in Rehoboth Beach say they were confronted by a group of juveniles who fired an airsoft gun at them before running away. This happened near Baltimore Avenue and 2nd Street. After firing the airsoft gun, they took off in a car but were quickly arrested by Dewey Beach Police and Coastal Highway. The accused included 5 juveniles and an adult driver. The juveniles, ages 14 to 15, were charged with aggravated menacing, hate crimes, and other offenses. The adult, 21-year-old Jerome Charleston of Bridgeville, was charged with disorderly conduct. Staying in Rehoboth Beach, take a look at your screen right now. This is Route 1 just an hour ago at the Rehoboth Beach Avenue split. Just over an hour ago, like I said, this occurred on the northbound lanes near the outlets. Nothing has been released officially yet from Delaware State Police or Rehoboth Beach Police. Cars are backed up for miles, as you can see, and we will update you as information gets released. President Biden will speak at the Democratic National Convention, making the case for Vice President Kamala Harris. The outgoing president will deliver the keynote address on the first night of the convention. His decision to end his bid for a second term has reshaped his goals for the DNC. Officials say the president's speech will highlight the importance of his immediate endorsement of Harris. And after the convention, Biden will have an extensive domestic schedule traveling across the country to hammer home his message. As we take a live look into Rehoboth Beach, our Boardwalk Plaza cam empty on the boardwalk right now, and our first alert meteorologist Chris Mastrobuono joins us.
Good evening, Brandon. Yeah, we had an interesting day. We had some showers early this morning, then we had some breaks in the sun, and it's been a rather pleasant evening. Now we see some rain beginning to move into the peninsula. We're dry at the coast, but you can see this kind of slug of rain pushing over the bay into portions of Crisfield and off to the south. This is pushing to the east and will eventually affect Salisbury and the coast over the next hour. It's all associated with this larger area of low pressure over the Great Lakes spinning. You can kind of see it like a pinwheel. Here's our cold front extending through the Ohio Valley. All of this is making a push to the east and will affect us over the next 24 to 48 hours. We do have that dangerous rip current threat continuing. Rough surf, 3 to 6 foot waves. I saw some people surfing earlier this afternoon on the Rehoboth camp. Beach erosion, and we do talk about the severe storm threat tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening. Damaging winds and flash flooding is the primary threat. And then we're going to get a treat next week, a taste of fall as temperatures will fall into the 70s with overnight lows into the 40s. So there is that rip current threat through the entire coastal Delmarva. Coastal flood advisories up for Kent, Sussex, and Dorchester counties, as well as that surf advisory. Now we do have highs today. Look at highs today with the rain and then most of the cloud cover we had earlier in the day kept us in the lower 80s. And there's a look at Rehoboth Beach. 71 degrees, and we will see some showers and storms through the overnight before we talk about that round of severe weather tomorrow. I'll break down the latest timing of those storms and have a look at those fall-like temperatures in the 7-day coming up here in a little bit.
Hurricane Ernesto is delivering a blow to Bermuda right now and is ramping up coastal danger for much of the United States eastern seaboard. After it thrashed Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, leaving hundreds of thousands of people without power. Rob Kirkpatrick shows us more.
Ernesto slammed into Bermuda as a Category 1 hurricane early Saturday morning. Heavy rain and wind gusts of up to 105 miles per hour hammered the island. Officials warned parts of Bermuda could experience life-threatening flash flooding this weekend. And some areas could see as much as 15 inches of rain on Saturday.
They already got a month's worth of rain in Bermuda with that rainfall over 6, even getting close to 7 inches in some locations, and their average for the entire month is 5 inches.
Ernesto wreaked havoc over Puerto Rico earlier this week, leaving hundreds of thousands of people without power.
This has been really hard. This is hard for us in our daily lives and for those of us who have businesses.
The hurricane is stirring up dangerous beach conditions along the eastern seaboard of the United States. More than 18 million people are under alerts with high surf and dangerous rip currents stretching from Florida to Maine. Officials say 2 men drowned at separate beaches on Hilton Head Island in South Carolina Friday. And this house along the North Carolina coast came crashing down into the sea. Ernesto is forecast to remain a Category 1 hurricane as it moves out further into the Atlantic Ocean over the weekend. I'm Rob Kirkpatrick reporting.
Thomas Berry lost his life while helping others. CoastTV News anchor Mallory Metzner spoke with Ellendale Fire Company this week, and they said Thomas died doing what he loved. Thomas Berry was a 4th-generation firefighter and a member of the Ellendale Volunteer Fire Company for 8 years. His fellow firefighters tell CoastTV that Thomas rode along with other fire companies and lended a hand whenever it was needed.
How are you doing? How is the fire company doing?
We're doing okay. We've gotten some grief counseling coming up from some of our younger members. We've got quite a few junior members, and when they joined the company, Thomas always kind of took them under his wing.
CoastTV asked Walton one word to describe Berry, and he said compassionate. There will be a scheduled visitation on August 22nd from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. next Thursday with services to follow.
Well, if you have any brunch plans tomorrow morning, it's going to be rather muggy, very tropical-like feel. Could see a few showers in the early morning hours, but temperatures rising to around 80 by around 1. We do have a threat for severe weather tomorrow. I'll break down the latest timing on that in a few minutes.
And we have your cool things to do this weekend in Delmarva by CoastTV News anchor Mallory Metzner. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
Joining forces for great health care, it's Your Dachshund in partnership with Tidal Health. Your Dachshund has much of what you'd go to the ER for, but when only the ER will do, Tidal Health is there for you. Your Dachshund opens 7 days a week with 6 convenient locations and late hours too. Book online for no more waiting room limbo. Fast care at reasonable prices. Your Dachshund in partnership with Tidal Health, accepting most insurance plans and Medicare. Named Best Urgent Care on the Shore. Feel better, faster at Your Dachshund.
Surface Solutions is a different kind of paving company. We believe that our reputation is more important than how much money we make. If we take care of our customers and ensure they have the best experience possible, financial success will find us. In our business, every job's not profitable, but we understand that going in. Your project will be done the right way no matter the outcome for us. It's all about doing the right thing, even when no one is looking. My best days are when we start with a customer and end with a new friend.
Summer is flying by and August is moving right along. So let's take a moment and check the calendar to make sure you don't miss one of the great events happening this weekend. CoastTV News anchor Mallory Metzner shows us your cool things to do.
It's fair and festival season on Delmarva. Here are the events you don't want to miss. This Sunday, step into action at the Big Oyster Brewery for the 2nd annual Shuck Cancer 5K. This is an event dedicated to rallying support for those battling cancer. It's happening from 8 to 11 a.m. The race will be followed by a fun after party at the Big Oyster Brewery. Profits from the race will be donated directly to Fighting Pretty, a nonprofit organization that helps provide strength, beauty, and empowerment to women in their cancer journey. The Wicomico County Fair is making its return to Winter Place Park August 16th through the 19th. The fair serves to showcase the importance of agriculture on the shore in a family-friendly atmosphere. Some returning events this year include the Maryland High School Rodeo, livestock shows, along with pie and wing-eating contests. The Fish Mondegreen Festival is lighting up the Dover Woodlands this weekend. It kicked off on Thursday, and the Jam Band will be performing sets through Sunday night. The festival is expected to bring more than 45,000 fans to Delaware's capital city. You can expect a Ferris wheel, a daily farmers market, and even on-site tattoos. Cape Water Tours is setting sail from Lewis for full moon cruises on Monday and Tuesday. Hop aboard at the Anglers Road dock around 7 p.m. for this Blue Moon adventure. For full event schedules and links to buy tickets, go to CoastTV.com and click on this week's Cool Things to Do article.
Vice President Kamala Harris lays out her economic plan for America.
Well, we continue to have that dangerous rip current threat at the coast tomorrow, expecting those waves anywhere from the 3 to 6 feet, 79 degrees with thunderstorms around, some of which could be severe later on tomorrow. The latest on the timing of that, plus a little taste of fall on that 7-day forecast when Coast TV News at 11 continues.
The bold, creamy smoothness of Hardee's new cold brew coffee with the made-from-scratch goodness of Hardee's famous breakfast. A delicious new way to power your morning. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
When Roe v. Wade fell, we all got mad. Matt Meyer got to work, securing county funds for the first state abortion fund so women can get reproductive care here in Delaware. Matt went to work protecting kids from gun violence too, reducing shootings almost 50%. As Matt's wife, I'm incredibly proud. As an emergency room doctor, I see the difference he's making. Matt will be a great governor because he doesn't just talk, he's walking the walk.
Here at the Delmarva Design Center, appliances, cabinetry, countertops, tile, and flooring come together in one showroom. We have specialists in each division, such as myself in countertops, to not only ensure you get the best product to fit your needs, but that your selection fits seamlessly with every element of your project.
When I came into the Delmarva Design Center and see that big collection of slabs, that makes really the decision seamless.
Delmarva Design Center. Great design starts with great inspiration. Selbyville, Delaware.
At Atlantic General Hospital, we've been busy. Busy expanding healthcare services that are second to none in our region. From cancer care, women's health services, to orthopedics, gastroenterology, and more, we provide advanced health technologies delivered by top providers. Expert care every day. It's what you can count on from Atlantic General Hospital.
The greatest meal deal for your buck? Hardee's Original Bag, just $6.99. Loaded with your choice of 2 full-size favorites, plus fries and a drink. All for just $6.99. Hardee's, goodness in the making.
Hope everyone is enjoying their weekend so far. There's a live look into Ocean City. Pretty tranquil, calm view there from our Dry Tech Crawl Space Cam. Currently 75 degrees, dew point is 70, winds out of the south at about 10 miles an hour. We're going to see some gusts pick up here over the night and into Sunday as well. Temperatures across the region, 73 Bethany Beach, we're at 75 Georgetown, 73 Seaford, and 75 in Salisbury. Dew points right now, not that bad, but tomorrow is really going to feel tropical, all thanks to that southerly flow. And there's those winds I mentioned, gusting as high as 20 miles an hour through the overnight and into Sunday. 83 degrees. We had some showers early this morning. Most of the day we were kind of socked in the cloud cover, and we had some sunshine late. Record 98 set back in 1982. Now the rip current threat continues along the coast, pretty much for the entire coast of the Delmarva Peninsula. Keep that in mind if you're heading to the beach tomorrow. We do have a coastal flood advisory as well for Dorchester, Kent, and Sussex County, as well as that small craft advisory that continues through Tuesday. So we have this area of rain pushing into the Delmarva Peninsula, just an area of heavy rain right now, pushing into Crisfield and to the south. Nothing severe here, but there's that area of low pressure over the Great Lakes, cold front sinking southward, and all of this moisture is going to begin pushing eastward, and that cold front is going to help spark that severe threat tomorrow. Now, waking up early tomorrow could have a few lingering showers. Then we dry things out, get a bit of a lull in the action, and then we begin to see storms fire up after about 2, 3 o'clock and then continue through the evening hour. Futurecast shows a few rumbles of thunder and even a brief downpour overnight. Into early Sunday morning, we dry out. There's that break. We get some sunshine there in the afternoon. That's not good. That is going to just add some instability for later on in the afternoon. And there you see some heavy rain moving through about 6, 7 o'clock and then clearing the coast. And then we dry things out. And the front may kind of sag over the region, and we could see another threat of some storms by Monday. So the Storm Prediction Center has that slight risk for the entire peninsula. scattered severe storms possible, strong gusty winds, damaging winds, and flash flooding. So there's the front kind of sagging over the coast on Monday, clears the coast. We clear, and we are going to turn very nice by the middle of the week. Notice the winds out of the north, washing the humidity right out of here. 3-day beach forecast shows Assateague 77, Chincoteague 84, up to Fenwick Island 82 there on Sunday, 77 by Tuesday. Tuesday and Wednesday looking really nice. Wait till you see the 7-day. Lewis 83 with those afternoon storms and that severe threat in play tomorrow afternoon. So we're at 71 overnight, mostly cloudy, scattered storm late, 86 tomorrow, a few showers in the morning, a couple breaks of sun, and then that severe threat. And then Monday, we could see a possible afternoon storm as well. As I mentioned, once that front passes, humidity crashes. Look at this. We're in that comfy range from Wednesday on. There's Ernesto, still rather large, moving quite slowly, but that's going to push up into the Canadian Maritimes. We do still see some 4 to 8 inch height waves, and then that wave action will die down by Tuesday. Paul Davis 7-day, look at this, 75 by Tuesday. Look at those overnight lows, 58, and we settle into a nice, quiet, dry, pleasant stretch of weather through the end of next week.
Thank you, Chris. And tonight in national politics, Vice President Harris is rolling out her economic agenda, acknowledging most Americans are dissatisfied with the cost of living.
Tonight, Vice President Harris is rolling out her economic agenda, acknowledging most Americans are dissatisfied with the cost of living.
Because look, the bills add up. For many families, there's not much left at the end of the month.
But seeing her proposals will provide relief.
Donald Trump fights for billionaires and large corporations. I will fight to give money back to working and middle-class Americans.
Including an expanded child tax credit up to $6,000 for families with newborns and up to $25,000 in down payment assistance for first-time home buyers. Crystal Harden calls that proposal a game changer for her 2 daughters.
That is going to tremendously affect my family because 2 homes will be purchased right away.
And tonight, Harris is also calling for a controversial proposal to fight inflation, a federal ban on what her campaign calls price gouging in the food industry.
Most businesses are creating jobs, contributing to our economy, and playing by the rules. But some are not.
But Harris is providing few details on her plans, which one nonpartisan group says will add $1.7 trillion to the deficit. And both Republican and Democratic economists have argued against government price controls. Former President Trump comparing the policy to Venezuela's socialist leader, Nicolas Maduro.
We call it the Maduro plan, like something straight out of Venezuela or the Soviet Union. This announcement is an admission that her economic policies have totally failed.
Inflation recently dropped to 2.9%, but prices are up nearly 20% compared to 4 years ago.
This is how the sausage is made.
Fred Von Cannon blames Biden and Harris, telling us inflation has doubled the price of brisket at his barbecue restaurant here.
Our food costs here are incredibly high. The everyday things that people feel are still way high.
While tonight, the Harris campaign is blasting the former president for suggesting the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which honors civilians, is better than the Congressional Medal of Honor, which is given to service members.
It's actually much better because everyone gets the Congressional Medal of Honor. That's soldiers. They're either in very bad shape because they've been hit so many times by bullets or they're dead.
New at 11, there is a new security measure to protect former President Donald Trump at his future rallies. 2 sources familiar with the planning tell NBC News that the Secret Service will utilize ballistic glass as a protection for Trump so that he can resume outdoor rallies. This follows the assassination attempt on Trump's life during his rally in Butler, Pennsylvania back in July. The specific bulletproof glass is already available to the sitting president and also to Vice President Kamala Harris. There are plans to clean up the bays and streets around Ocean Pines. The community is teaming up with the Maryland Coastal Bay Program to host the 4th annual marine debris plunder. It will be on Sunday, September 22nd from 10 to 1, and volunteers will get free supplies and a shirt. And check this out. Captain Jack Sparrow and his crew are expected to be there to help and the weigh-in in the proper trash disposal. Ukraine invades Russia. Another twist in the overseas war. That's up next on Coast TV News at 11.
At
Cabinet Discounters, we truly love what we do. Transforming kitchens, bathrooms, basements, any room. Creating new ways to help you achieve your vision. And all within your budget. Plus, we've got big news. We're excited to announce our new location in Frankfort at the Banks Plaza Shopping Center. Plus, you'll get the same great quality and great price. Get inspired at our new showroom in the Banks Plaza Shopping Center in Frankfort. Learn more at CabinetDiscounters.com.
Cabinet Discounters. Great quality, great price.
The doctors of Delmarva Chiropractic take great pride in offering the finest, most individualized care to their patients and stay on the cutting edge of healthcare and clinical interventions. As winners of Coastal Style and Metropolitan Magazine's Best Chiropractors for 7 years in a row, Doctors Lane, Brown, and Taylor help with conditions such as back pain, sciatica, headaches, concussions, dizziness, and much more. The clinic also offers laser therapy, decompression, acupuncture, and custom orthotics. Call Delmarva Chiropractic today and take the first step toward achieving your maximum potential.
One of summer's greatest hits, snapping that first back-to-school pic. But they might have other plans. One thing you can both agree on is that great style from top brands holds up until the last day of school pic, when you get to do this all over again. Getting ready for back to school at Macy's. Just one of summer's greatest hits.
Overseas is an aspect of the war in Ukraine few expected. Ukrainian forces crossing the border and invading Russia.
Tonight, Ukrainian forces digging into Russian territory, bombing an important bridge critical for Russia to send in reinforcements. As Ukraine tightens its grip on the Russian town of Sudzha, population 5,000, located 6 miles from the Ukrainian border. New footage from inside the key Russian hub for natural gas exports shows Ukrainian troops firmly in control. The Lenin statue in the town square defaced. Local Russians hiding in a basement. In nearby Russian territory, an evacuation is underway. The war's script flipped. Russian civilians fleeing the Ukrainians. We were being shelled, so we were not able to take anything with us, this Russian woman says. In total, the Ukrainian military has claimed it now controls roughly 390 square miles of Russian territory. The land grab miles from the Kursk nuclear power plant. A senior advisor to Ukrainian President Zelensky tells NBC News they have no intention of seizing that plant for Ukraine. Another advisor to the Ukrainian government says a key aim is to force Russia to divert its forces from Ukraine's Donbas region, 250 miles to the south of Kursk, where Ukrainian soldiers say they're outnumbered and in a living hell.
Former New York Congressman George Santos is expected to plead guilty on Monday to multiple counts in his fraud indictment. A hearing for the planned guilty plea is set for 3 p.m. on Monday in federal court. The former congressman previously pleaded not guilty on a range of financial crimes, including collecting unemployment benefits while actually working and using campaign donations to pay for personal expenses such as designer clothing. Sales for the first at-home over-the-counter syphilis test have been approved. The FDA made the announcement Friday, saying this is just a first step for someone who suspects they have the disease. The test will take just 15 minutes, and a drop of single blood will determine if someone has syphilis. The maker of the test, Now Diagnostics, said it should be available in the next few months and will cost around $30. Syphilis cases has increased 80% between 2018 and 2020. Sugars in foods you eat can be naturally occurring like in fruit, but can also be added in, and consuming too much sugar can put a person at risk for health problems like obesity, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease. But cutting back isn't easy. In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither has tips to help fight against those sugar cravings.
They're found in regular sodas, candy, breakfast cereals, but consuming too many added sugars isn't good for your health.
There's a reason why we consume it. We feel calm, we feel good, we feel energized. But once our blood sugar drops, we need more sugar to get us back to where we were.
The American Heart Association recommends limiting added sugars to no more than 6% of daily calories. But since added sugar is in a lot of food, many may not even know how much they're consuming, says registered dietitian Kristen Kirkpatrick with Cleveland Clinic.
So we're still training our taste buds that the sugar is there, it's satisfying us, even though we may not be intending to have actual sugar throughout the day.
To curb sugar cravings, Kirkpatrick says to start the day with protein. It can fill you up, making snacking the rest of the day less likely. Next, look for ways to cut sugar. She says the easiest place to start is with what you drink.
Sugary sodas, juices, they make up a huge proportion of where we're getting that added sugar content.
Get good quality sleep. Kirkpatrick says we're more likely to have comfort food cravings when we're tired. And stay hydrated. Not drinking enough water can make you feel hungry even when you're not. Finally, remember, cutting back isn't easy.
We need to give ourselves a break and recognize that sugar is probably the hardest behavior change to make. You're probably going to fall off the wagon. But the key here is to get back up.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Now, Kirkpatrick says you can help sugar cravings by making just simply better food choices. Choose foods that are sweet but also have nutrients. A supermoon on Monday. What NASA says that you can see this event. And after the break here on CoastTV News at 11, we take a live look into Dover. We have a final check on your forecast. CoastTV News continues in just a few minutes.
Just another perfect day at our beautiful Delaware beaches until on TV, accidents can be funny, but in real life, they're no joke. When accidents strike, the Law Office of Trapp Nickel is here for you. Our experienced team fights for your rights, turning tough situations into significant compensation. Don't let negligence spoil your summer. Claim the justice you're entitled to. The Law Office of Trapp Nickel. Your priority is our priority.
Your backyard should be a haven for fun, not mosquitoes. Effective mosquito treatments can eliminate those invaders from your yard, but mosquito treatments alone won't tackle all pests. That's why Rice's Termite and Pest Control offers safe, effective, and customized programs to protect your home and yard. Our experts provide solutions tailored to your needs, ensuring your home is pest-free. Get a free mosquito treatment with any first-time pest control treatment for ants, spiders, and termites. Rice's Termite and Pest Control, where protecting your home is the family business.
Your child deserves the best. When your child is sick, every moment counts. And the team at Tidal Health Pediatrics understands the urgency of such situations. Whether it's a sudden fever, a troubling cough, or another pediatric ailment, your child will be seen when they need it most. Schedule your child's appointment now at tidalhealth.org/findapediatrician or call 410-912-5785 because your child's health is our top priority. Tidal Health Pediatrics, compassionate care when you need it most.
Wake up smarter.
I've got the 5 things you need to know to start your day.
Take a trip down memory lane.
Remember in elementary school when you would make those boxes?
Find your next furry friend.
His name is Peppy, and he's a 12-year-old Chihuahua mix.
And discover your inner clumsy.
That's a sad sign that you're getting old when you just take a little tumble like that.
Make your mornings brilliant. Join April weekdays from 6 to 10 on 107.1 The Duck. Sponsored by Dorchester County Office of Tourism.
Stargazers have plenty to look forward to. The next full moon will happen Monday afternoon. NASA says this full moon will also be a quote-unquote supermoon, but that's the name given to the third full moon in a season with 4 full moons.
That's pretty cool there. And we have some rain moving into the peninsula right now. Some moderate to heavier rain knocking on Chrisfield's door as well as Salisbury. Expect some showers and storms through the overnight and into early morning hours. We get a bit of a lull and then a chance for severe weather tomorrow afternoon. Call the weather phone anytime for the latest forecast. Here's your Paul Davis 10-day. We keep that severe threat in play. Damaging winds, flash flooding is your primary threat. Front comes through Monday, dropping temperatures very nicely. A little The little early taste of fall there. Temperatures in the 70s, lows in the 50s, but then you see at the end of that 10-day, we start to creep right back to that 90-degree mark. I don't think we're completely out of the woods with the 90-degree days, Brandon.
We're heating up at the end of that week, and the Phillies are heating up too, Chris. Thank you for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11. For more news and local weather, download our Coast TV News app. Saturday Night Live starts right now. Have a great night, everybody.